Sean Fain, put out a Facebook Live video announcing that he is calling on 38 new UAW locations across 20 states to stand up and join the strike. Don't know how many more workers that adds. We're working on that. But I imagine it's this is just broke right before the beginning of the show.
It was 13,000 for the 3 locations before, right?
That's right.
So this is an escalation, which is awesome.
I mean, basic math would suggest. Yes, and those same 13,000 will stay on the picket lines. As of now, no Ford locations outside of that original Ford location is announced because apparently they are still in talks with Ford. Here's Sean Fain.
Our proposals to convert temps. So today at noon Eastern Time, all of the parts distribution facilities at General Motors and Stellantis are being called to stand up and strike. We will be striking 38 locations across 20 states, across all 9 regions of the UAW. At General Motors, we call on the CCAs at Pontiac, Willow Run, Ypsilanti, Davison Road, Flint, Lansing, Cincinnati, Denver, Hudson, Wisconsin, Chicago, Reno, Rancho Cucamonga, Fort Worth, Martinsburg, Jackson, Charlotte, Memphis, and Philadelphia to stand up and go on strike. At Stellantis, we call on the parts distribution centers at Marysville, Centerline Packaging, Centerline Warehouse, Sherwood, Warren Parts, Quality Engineering Center, Romulus, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Denver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Portland, Atlanta, Winchester, Orlando, Dallas, New York, and Boston to stand up and go on strike.
There you have it. So it's escalating, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens now, obviously, in terms of ramping up the pressure. There was some internal, I don't know how widespread it was, but there was some internal dissent about the strategy that Fain has been following, as one would expect. But he's been quite clear that, any proposal that they get, they've been very transparent about the negotiations. He's been quite clear that any proposal they get, he's not going to consider it legit until the membership votes on it. And I don't know. You can question, I guess, the strategy here or the tactics, but I don't remember this level of drama in a strike. And one of the things that happened with the producers and writers and actors strike is that there was an escalation when the actors came on. And this almost he's built this in. Mm-hmm. This continues to stay in the news. It's not one of those things where as it ramps up, I imagine there's a lot more opportunity for them to strike in the future in other locations. We will see. But if you're in any one of those cities and you have the ability to go down and just, I don't know, honk your horn, show some support for the UAW folks, do it. It really does make a difference when they're walking the line to feel like the community is supporting them. And polling so far has shown at least broad support.
3-1.
That's pretty good, regardless of party.
75% is a poll I saw.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen people should watch Sean Fain's streams too, because he does really. It's like a sort of a great demonstration of democracy, because he's actually talking to all these different people and the people who want to strike all at once. For instance, he's walking through this stuff in a very transparent manner. It's a really good demonstration of democracy.
And I also just wanted to note too that he in this stream, according to the ABC News write-up that I read about it, said that he invited Biden to the picket line at this point, which means there must have been discussions behind the scenes that Biden's going, or at least they're talking about it at the very least, because you made this point before the show, Sam, that like Biden doesn't want to go and look like he's just doing it because Trump is going there during the debate next week. He wants to go if union members and leadership ask him to go.
An invite really opens the door for him
Yes.
to show up there, and it's hard to imagine that they would have invited him without a sense that he's open to an invitation. But who knows? I guess we'll find out.